volunteers head over to Masvingo, Zimbabwe to distribute rice and cooking oil for the local residents. The Belgian ambassador in Malaysia took refuge in Dharma Master Cheng Yen in hopes to change the world for the better. Welcome to DAI Headlines, I'm Simon Gan. Thank you for joining us. South of Zimbabwe's capital Harare is Masvingo, a region that is long troubled by drought. Recently, a distribution was held to help 1,057 households who all received rice and cooking oil. They were so happy that some even danced in celebration. Let's take a look.
In Zimbabwe, Tzu Chi's aid distributions are often seen as a celebration. The drought has long affected this region, with residents going hungry. Thankfully, Tzu Chi is here with 10 kilograms of rice for each household. A recipient excitedly ran around expressing her joy and happiness.
You know, even Jakaoma, but I know Zimbabwe people, don't lose your hope, because things, everything will become better.
Meanwhile, at another village, the residents used to worry about the sun over their heads, but now the sun is warming their hearts.
Many of the villagers cannot work due to illness. The children can only beg to eat. We're happy you are here to give rice. I hope this service can be extended to the orphans later on.
Looking at the cooking oil brings a smile to my face. I'm going to pour the oil into the pan. There's so much in the bottle. I'm so blessed.
When I get home, I'm going to pour the cooking oil to make a meal.
The love brought about by Tzu Chi is influencing more and more locals, with many of them jumping to be volunteers.
In the past, when I received the aid materials, it would be given me in a bucket, and I would share it with 5 other households. Tzu Chi's aid distribution is different. They give enough to each household. This is why we don't mind waiting a whole day under the sun.
Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines recently distributed supply vouchers to over 4,000 families that were affected by Typhoon Kamuri. They plan to deliver rice, blankets, and consolation cash to the affected residents so they can spend Christmas with a peace of mind.
The utility pole has become slanted after being blown. The straw hut has also become slanted. Some of the roofs of houses have been blown away. Typhoon Kamuri has devastated Sorsogon in the Philippines.
I appreciate Tzu Chi for helping our town residents in the aftermath of the typhoon. As a town mayor, it is my responsibility, but I must admit the resources of the local government is limited.
For Filipinos who are Catholics, December is a month to unite with families. Therefore, after assessing damages, Manila volunteers decided to immediately distribute aid supplies.
They're optimistic, but we hope that in their optimism they can really feel the kindness and beauty of Tzu Chi. We hope our distribution can really help the affected households in this area.
Conducting the distribution, we should help them restore their normal life. Our help to them is very timely.
With the help of the government, the volunteers obtained a roster of the affected residents. They distributed supply vouchers first.
The borough residents are very happy because they did not imagine that they would receive help from Tzu Chi. God has looked after us. Thank you for helping us.
Salamat po sa tulong ng Tzu Chi, ano?
Meanwhile, the other team of volunteers are preparing consolation cash. This time, Tzu Chi will work together with Philippine National Bank.
My hands are already sore from signing. However, when I think about how we can deliver blessings to these affected residents and help them rebuild their homes, all the hard work will be worthwhile.
As Christmas is approaching, the volunteers plan to distribute rice, blankets, and consolation cash to more than 4,000 affected families in Sorsogon, so they can celebrate the holidays with peace of mind.
Tzu Chi in Keelung has a second-hand medical devices platform, which collects used medical devices from the public and government organizations. They then refurbish as well as sanitize it for those in need of it for free. On this day, the Keelung volunteers are heading to a 92-year-old recipient's home whose son has a stroke to provide the needed assistance.
This electric hospital bed is over 100 kilograms, and this group of volunteers is preparing it for its new family. Taiwan's Keelung is a mountain area with homes often on a hill.
This case is a male stroke victim, and he's paralyzed from the waist down. I'm only 57, but I have retired so I can be a full-time volunteer for the medical device team here in Keelung.
After arriving at the recipient's home on a hill, there is another challenge coming their way. The three men, whose average age is over 60, must carry the bed up 3 flights of stairs.
I'm 69, you're 70. I can handle it. I used to lift over 100 kilograms. He's a lightweight.
The brothers help assemble the bed, while the Tzu Chi sisters help in the living room. 2 months ago, this 57-year-old man suddenly had a stroke. With his son working, only his 92-year-old mother could take care of him during the day. It is due to her participation in the Keelung Senior Learning Center that the volunteers heard her story and is able to assist them.
I have to support him to have him sit up, but my arms are no good. I don't have the strength, so I pull him up and then have him hold on to the side to sit so I can feed him.
After the stroke, the son hardly verbally communicates with his family, but today he was motivated and moved to say a word of thanks.
Among the schools to have received Tzu Chi's help in disaster reduction is Miaoli's Zhaoqiao Junior High. The new campus was completed last month, and with this new environment to practice in, the school's Diabolo team was able to achieve a goal in the national competition.
Nearly all the members of Zhaoqiao Junior High's Diabolo team has had 8 or 9 years of training and can perform 2-man Diabolo or underneath the leg routine with ease. Thanks to their team's synchronicity, the team snagged first place in a national competition this year.
We practice each day during our lunch break and spend the extra time during our holidays to do so in order to build up our understanding of one another.
If we didn't spend the extra practice time and knowing how we can work together, perhaps we might not have won the award.
As one of the schools to have received Tzu Chi's assistance in rebuilding its campus to reduce potential disasters, the campus ease of use can be felt by all the students.
It's very obvious the lighting is better. When we have class, it's much brighter.
No matter during breaks or PE class, being able to use new fields is very convenient. It's very comfortable to use.
Each morning while facing the new classrooms, the principal leads the students to greet each day with the national anthem, which not only boosts school spirits but also pays respect to the country.
We hope the students can understand that today they have received assistance from another, and when they are grown, they can repay that assistance they have received.
After the morning assembly, the principal also takes the lead to exercise around the fields in hopes of passing on this habit to the next generation.
Pascal Gregoire, the Belgian ambassador in Malaysia, started to learn about Tzu Chi in 2018. He has learned about gratitude, respect, and love through participating in Tzu Chi's activities and listening to the Master's morning's teachings. This year, he took refuge in Dharma Master Cheng Yen, who hopes he will care for the worldly events with a broad mind.
Belgian ambassador in Malaysia, Pascal Gregoire, has returned to the Jingsi abode. He learned about the principle of the middle path in Buddhism during the process of making spoons at a pottery workshop. Having never written Chinese before, he chose to write the characters for kindness and protection on the pottery dish.
给你的法号叫做记号，号的意思就是开阔。
Wearing the Bodhi leaf pin, Pascal Gregoire, who was born in a Catholic family, vows to take refuge in Dharma Master Cheng Yen. The master has given him the Dharma name Ji Hao, hoping he will care for important events in the world with a broad mind.
皈依啦，最大的使命，爱的能量，为人间付出，慈悲利他，希望人人都跟你一样。 所做的事都是为利益众生。
Pascal Gregoire thinks taking refuge in the master allows him to gain a deeper understanding about life. He not only makes vows, but will also take actions.
To share with the people who want to hear it, who are interested about this experience and what it can bring as change.
After taking refuge, he hopes that he can practice gratitude, respect, and love, and facilitate harmony among different ethnic groups.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Hsinchu, Taiwan, joined the county government for a year-end blessing ceremony. The volunteers turned more than 500 plastic bags into a large bubble. Let's take a look.
This giant bubble is close to 2 stories high in front of the county government building. It was made by Tzu Chi volunteers with over 500 plastic bags to promote environmental protection. Why does this turtle have so many plastic bags in his stomach?
When the turtle is hungry, it eats anything, including plastic bags, so his stomach is full of plastic bags.
The lively speech on crises faced by animals touches the audiences.
Sea animals can eat straws by mistake, so if we humans do not change our ways, these animals will continue to be injured. Their bodies and their living environment will be badly damaged.
Tzu Chi joined the county government to hold this year-end ceremony. The temples in the plaza are all promoting vegetarian diet.
Artificial meat is made with beetroot and pea sprout. We will slowly promote it to other stores. We hope more young people can accept this product.
This is a biodegradable bag. If buried in soil, it will disintegrate naturally in 2 months and become organic fertilizer. Of course, it is 5 times more costly than an ordinary plastic bag because bakery business requires a lot of bagging. We hope we can also do something for the earth. Therefore, we decided to find something that doesn't waste the earth's resources.
Over 1,000 people gather at the year-end ceremony and pray for the well-being of the earth.
Shanghai Tzu Chi volunteers headed north to northern Jiangsu province to deliver goods to the scholarship students. The volunteers' companies have touched these students, who vowed to join the volunteers' rank.
This family has its problem. The grandparents are very old, but they must go out to work to raise two granddaughters. Other families have old fathers and young children, but the mothers are missing. The clothes are littered around at home. These are the family backgrounds of Tzu Chi scholarship students. Tzu Chi hosts a winter distribution to help these students with goods and love.
The cloth hangers are so pretty, so you must hang up your beautiful clothes. You must also keep your home clean and pretty, and your heart pretty too.
I'm happy to come here, and I feel I have to study hard.
After receiving goods for a long time, these students also volunteer to help.
These volunteers work quite hard because they often have to skip lunches for this event. Therefore, we want to thank you very much, and because of you, we're used to having you around.
These Tzu Chi uncles and aunties always leave the toughest work to themselves and give us the easiest work. When we receive goods from you, we receive your kindness. So we must do something for you to feel better.
In recent years, my family has run into some problems, including my business, so I have caused some difficulties in their daily lives. But fortunately, Tzu Chi's assistance in the winter gives us warmth.
Words of love bring in so much warmth to people's hearts in winter.
Hunan Tzu Chi volunteers held their year-end blessing ceremony in Shimen for the second time this year, with more than 200 people participating. Let's take a look.
In the play, the little girl lost her father and grandfather and can only rely on her grandmother. This is the story of Tzu Chi scholarship recipient Huang Hairong. For more than 10 years, with the help of Tzu Chi volunteers, she studied and finished college and is now preparing for her graduate school entrance exam. Through video conference technology, she expresses her gratitude.
In the past 21 years, Tzu Chi volunteers are the greatest kind-hearted people I've met. They give of themselves selflessly, providing warmth to the needy.
To reciprocate Tzu Chi's assistance for her granddaughter, Grandma Huang saved up in a coin bank, hoping to help affected residents in East Africa.
Cyclone devastated many areas. She is concerned about children there and therefore donated $13.
This is the second time Tzu Chi has held a year-end blessing ceremony in Shimen, recalling the volunteers' footprints for the past year. Many participants have been deeply touched.
Tzu Chi volunteers are willing to do what others refuse to do.
In the future, when I have time, I want to participate in more Tzu Chi activities, hoping to become a volunteer.
This year, 11 Shimen volunteers have organized the ceremony with the help of more than 50 Changsha volunteers. About 250 people joined the blessing ceremony.
When the poor people cannot come out, those who are blessed must go to them. I believe that Tzu Chi volunteers' spirit of giving without asking for anything in return will take root in Shimen.
In our continuing series about youth in public service, we'll introduce a team of young people helping small farmers and producers reach a broader market. They seek to market and distribute eco-friendly products through group purchasing and other tactics associated with social movements. This team of earnest business people hope to help balance inequality and social justice, as well as further advance food safety in Taiwan.
Fresh red peppers are put in this blender, giving off a spicy aroma, and soon it will be transformed into a handmade chili sauce. Ms. Ye makes this unique chili sauce. She is a survivor of breast cancer. After her success beating this illness led her to turn a breakfast shop that had originally been in Wanhua district into a healthy restaurant. She also makes specialty food products, but she never had confidence in her skills.
If the customer wanted to take it to go, it may be considered a processed food product. I never did tests on this food to see if it was safe. So if the customer wanted to take home, I will encounter this difficulty. And then there might be different tastes for each season.
Because of an insistence on quality, she put great importance on ingredients and impact on health. However, Ms. Ye's store is quite small. It's not a large processing plant. She didn't have top-level equipment, and she really had difficulty marketing her own brand. To help, she turned to Mr. Xie to help solve these problems. The taste is a little spicy, very stimulating on the tip of the tongue. It also has a fragrant aroma. Ms. Ye's hot pepper sauce has a unique taste, which is numbing and a bit mild. After several trials and discussions, the marketing team decided to help find a large buyer group.
We lack a system to make them flip their production. We currently provide complete one-stop service from production counseling to product design. What can we do if they can't pay? I'll explain this simply. We help with the design and the marketing and sales and distributions, and then we charge for this service.
Mr. Xie was active in Taiwan's social movement in the early days, and at the start of entrepreneurship, he did not follow a traditional marketing and packaging strategy. Instead, he used group purchasing to help farmers sell goods directly to the community. This reduced exploitation by middlemen. However, he did lose some money at the start.
I didn't actually have a business background and experience at the start. So the idea at the time was just to say that we wanted it to create a fairer platform for production and sales. The bigger question is how to build a cooperative network and an industrial chain instead of always starting from scratch.
2 years ago, the team repositioned itself to serve as a platform for small farmers and other producers. Zhou Lunhong, with a background in the food industry, was recruited to improve the quality of food safety and independent management capabilities of producers by holding workshops and writing courses.
If they say that after my class, they know that something is wrong here, so I'm going to change it. I think that although the magnitude of these changes is not likely to be small, but this mentality and the starting point can slowly turn Taiwan's food industry gradually to a safer place.
At present, the team strives to find channels for various products. Their cooperation targets include agricultural products, as well as different industries such as soybean product processing, oil manufacturing, and baking. They hope to create a fair trade model. They use press conferences as one method to create value for producers. Unlike ordinary entrepreneurs, the team led by Mr. Xie is like more experimental and closer to tactics to promote social movements.
I'm not involved in solving social problems, so in fact my responsibility is very important. Of course, my family also agrees with me about what I feel is important, and if I feel strongly about it, they will be fully supportive of me.
Always adhering to his original inspiration and intention, this business model seeks to be more just for small producers who operated in a more environmentally friendly way.
The Taipei Blood Donation Center came to the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center for a blood donation campaign. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you and goodbye.